All this that you've been seeing in the news has been a distraction from the main thing that has been affecting us. Mass amount of layoffs.
So I'm really sorry to be delivering more bad news. I really am. Every time this administration does something to distract the world, like the latest being this Tylenol joke, something else is happening they don't want us to know. And the research from Money Talk News, the economists from Money Talk News have just released their very dire economic data. So Doge laid off 287,000 people. Okay? American companies have already in 2025 announced 744,308 job layoffs. Okay? Just in the first half of 2025, these are the highest layoffs since the pandemic. Major sectors hit include retail, technology, media, and nonprofits. Overall, there's been a 220% jump in layoffs compared to this time last year. While the unemployment rate is at 4.2%, considered low, the number underneath that is disturbing because 34%, a record-breaking 34% of those employed today are considered functionally unemployed, meaning they are working for poverty wages and SHIP benefits. Highest number in the history of the United States. So that unemployment number that the administration is boasting about, low employment numbers, don't let them gaslight you. And more bad news. They are expecting 480,000 more Americans to lose their jobs by the end of this year. And folks, there's only like 3.5 more months left.
I'm in Vegas. Worst unemployment in the US, and tourism is down in double digits. Businesses closing, foreclosure spiking, but you don't hear about it in the news. He just told the UN that America is booming with no inflation, low interest rates, and low prices. He did all of that while stopping 7 wars that nobody knew anything about. That speech he gave, oh my God. It's like when you go to class and you have that one kid who's failed in his exam, but he's talking as if he knows everything. That's like one of those ones.
Oh, corporate America strikes again. Yeah, my entire team got laid off yesterday. Every single one. I saw this coming. I did. And that's why I gave my notice a day before the list came out. The list. Yeah, that one. So I was told that today. So for the next week, while my team is dealing with that, at least I have another role lined up. I'm very grateful for that. It's actually a promotion. But as if the world wasn't enough of a train wreck into a dumpster fire, I now have to do the work of my entire team for the next week and transition all of the projects into the ether wherever they will land. And it was told to me today by a VP. Oh, I wish you hadn't given in your notice. Thanks. I'm just going to sit here and have my beverage and eat my Halloween candy and not give up because I'm done. I'm done. This is what, the third one in a year? This is insane. But at least I have another role lined up. So there's that.
This job market is such a shit show. Capitalism eating itself when you remove all regulations. I don't know where we're going on with this. And then AI is supposed to replace people's jobs as well. Things are not looking good. Plus, we already have some people who are unemployed. So we have a lot more people who are qualified in the market that don't have work. Competition is already looking stiff.
All right, so this article is kind of concerning. It's from September 19th. I'm kind of late on it. But it's from Shore News Network, and it's about several companies doing major layoffs. So job losses are reported through WARN, which is Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification. And it affects a wide range of industries from pharmaceuticals to finance, retail, manufacturing, and it's going to hit communities across the state in waves through the end of 25 and 2026. Some of the biggest hit is Bristol-Myers Squibb, which is going to phase out 282 positions at its Lawrence Township site starting in December and continuing through the spring. Novo Nordisk in Plainsboro is also planning a significant reduction of 263 jobs by the end of the year. The pharmaceutical biotech employers are downsizing. You've got Novartis in East Hanover is cutting 58 positions. Rocket Pharmaceuticals in Cranberry plans to eliminate 80 jobs. You've got BioReference Health in Elmwood Park is slashing 170 jobs in 2 rounds of layoffs. And then in the financial sector, you've got JP Morgan Chase with 58 positions. Valley National Bank in Morristown has already begun reducing 59 positions. Citibank in Jersey City is shedding 52 jobs. Prudential in Newark is cutting 63. Ernst & Young is laying off 130 employees across Hudson and Middlesex counties. In the retail sector, Claire's is closing or downsizing across multiple counties, eliminating 155 jobs across the state. Spiral Binding in Totowa is cutting 137 workers, and Mark Anthony Brewing in Hillside is laying off 143. Transportation and logistics are also feeling the pinch. Essendant and Cranberry is planning 171 layoffs, and Alstom Transportation in Camden is cutting 121 jobs. I haven't seen information individually as to why this is happening, but as I've been reporting, the overall business climate in New Jersey, we are one of the worst business climates in the country with our tax rates and regulation. I don't know if this is a result of that, but inferencing wise, that's what I would lean to as I look into it.
It's not like economists told you the impact of tariffs and AI could be detrimental, especially when the states are no longer able to regulate it. Because the Republicans seized control of it on a federal level in the big, horrible bill. I mean, we already saw this coming from a while back, but it's sad that now we have to be in this.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't good. America's biggest private company, Cargill, is getting ready to lay off over 5% of its workforce. Let me tell you why this is not good. First, Cargill is America's largest privately held company. It is also the world's largest agricultural commodities trader. AKA, if things aren't going good with agriculture, things aren't going good for them. But now grocery prices are dropping. On top of that, the number of U.S. cattle is down, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Are we starting to get it? Cargill has invested to be one of the largest beef processors in North America. Bloomberg reported earlier this year that the famously tight-lipped behemoth's profits had fallen to $2.48 billion in the fiscal year ending in May. If $2.48 billion is bad, I'd love to know what's good. Now here's the problem. Cargill has more than 160,000 employees, and there's going to be an estimated 8,000 cuts.
One thing I don't understand is, what did he say that grocery prices were down? When were they ever down? They were always high, and it don't make no sense to have them down, especially when you're planning to lay off people and you're experiencing high costs.
Nike announces 1% of its staff will be laid off, as Nike is about a 77,800 person company. This is about 770 jobs. Now, we just got notification today that Coca-Cola is also closing a $20 million plant in Northampton, Massachusetts, and that's about 300 jobs. So why are all of these layoffs occurring here in 2025 and continuing? They've been going all year. Well, there's AI, there's the tech bubble bursting, there's very increased inflation, which also puts pressure on employers to be able to cut costs, to have continued good quarters for their investors. There's a whole slew of things that are causing companies to do these layoffs right now. But one of the biggest costs for companies is, of course, personnel. So if the company is not profitable, not doing well, not posting better quarters, which is how the investors, the chiefs, everybody that makes money in the company is not improving, which they always have to be improving in some fashion, this is usually the first thing that they cut. And now a lot of companies also go to cheaper products. They outsource things. Coca-Cola, for instance, just announced that it's going to be outsourcing a lot of bottling. So I'm not sure what Nike is planning to do with this 1% layoff.
Someone's like, tell the CEO to get a pay cut. I'm sure 1 million off of that bonus is not going to kill him.
I'm Mike Rogaway. I'm a business reporter at the Oregonian. Oregon employers are handing out pink slips at a historic pace, on par with the worst days of the Great Recession. Since the start of 2024, employers have announced more than 11,000 Oregon job cuts. That's over 600 a month so far this year. Intel alone has laid off nearly 4,000 workers over the past couple of years. It's about a third of all the Oregon layoffs. But many of the state's other major employers are laying off workers too. It's Nike, Wells Fargo, OHSU, Fred Meyer, Albertsons Safeway. But here's the difference. Back in 2008, during the Great Recession, unemployment climbed up above 11%. Today, it's right at 5%. That means many people are still finding new jobs quickly. It's a silver lining in some pretty gray skies. Still, industries like manufacturing and construction are struggling, showing Oregon's economy is under growing pressure. So is this just a rough patch or the start of something bigger? Oregon's August jobs report was pretty encouraging. The state added the most jobs in about 30 months. But more layoffs are already taking place. Edwards Vacuum, a semiconductor industry supplier, just announced it'll lay off 140 workers in Hillsborough and shut down production there.
I was laid off a year ago and still can't find work here in Cape Falls. Please note, unemployment rate only takes into consideration people who are claiming unemployment and not people who have exhausted it. This number is likely much higher than what's being reported. Ooh, that is true. That is very true. And you know, as the other person said there, like he hadn't even found a job since last year, so he probably exhausted through his. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this, especially with the mass layoffs happening. This is covering every company in different states, so obviously you're seeing the hit is being taken. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't, make sure you check out this video. I'm sure you're definitely going to enjoy it. Nevertheless, I will see you guys when I see you. Peace.